Hey, welcome. We are interviewing different people who have attended Maranatha here over the years. We are celebrating 40 years as a church, which is amazing. And 40 years, and the fact that we have been here that whole time, you know, and so we have some real old timers here. Now, what's really odd is sometimes I go through the litany of people who've been here a long time, and sometimes I don't include your names because you weren't here 40, 39 years, but you were here a long time, and sometimes I forget that. But anyway, this is Bob and Sandy Dahlager, and they have just great people. You've been faithful key components to the family, the community of Maranatha. So, Bob, how long have you been coming?
33 years. September of 89 when I started. September of 89.
33 years.
33 years, yep.
In any church, that would be exceptional, except for here. No, I'm just kidding. No. You gotta be here 40, you know, I'm just kidding.
Wow,
33 years. Fantastic.
I feel like a newbie because of some of the people that have been here the whole time, but
33 years.
33.
Oh my gosh. So what was it that finally, because you grew up as an Assembly of God.
Correct.
You grew up that way, and Maranatha is not your typical Assembly of God church. So why did you stay?
I guess when I first started, it was the connection with the people right away. I just felt a connection with the people that were around here. Felt welcome. I was drawn in, and then listening to your message and your testimony of how you got to know Christ, how you got to be called to be a pastor. It resonated. I knew that in my heart and my spirit, God had called you to do this. I had no problem sitting under your ministry because I knew God wanted you here.
Even with the P word, you had never heard that before.
Hadn't heard that one before.
And the Oreo with the milk and the chicken poo and that whole. You've heard a lot.
I've heard a lot.
That's really wild.
And,
It's really wild. We're gonna get to Sandy in just a minute, but when you were first coming here, you were married to Sue.
Yes.
You guys have been married how many years?
Just shy of 40 years.
Just shy of 40 years.
40 years, yep.
Yeah. She was a wonderful baker.
Oh.
Unlike your present wife. She was.
Sandy, what do you want me to do? Pull out?
Hey, we can edit this.
Yeah.
So this is
But I know
funny.
you won't.
We won't. No, you're right. Okay, so Sue was a fantastic baker, cook.
Baker.
And all the functions that we do at Maranatha, where we're eating all the time, doing something. She was involved, and man, I think it's about some of those Valentine banquets.
Oh.
So many things involved, but her passing was really had to be a difficult thing, unimaginable in your life.
Yeah.
Just unimaginable.
It, at the exact time that it happened, it wasn't. But then going home in the quiet time, when the house was full of smells and bakery and cooking and foods, I'd come home to a dark house and a can of Campbell's soup for supper. Very hard. Choked down many a meal trying to eat that and realizing what was going on.
Although this is a 40-year kind of recollection, at the same time, a lot of people are going to see this and watch this, and they're going through a dark moment, a dark time. What is your faith? How did your faith bring you through? Because again, you were part of this family. I'm just curious. And just so you know, none of this is rehearsed ahead of time or asked ahead of time. You know, I don't know what I'm going to ask him, and he doesn't know what's going to come. So, but I'm just curious. What part did your faith play in getting you through this?
Well, I guess the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. It's in His timing. We just have to accept what He has given us. I mean, that wasn't what I wanted. That's what I was given, and you just deal with it. That just in your walk with the Lord, this is what the Lord has handled me or given me, and now I just go ahead with that. Interesting that in her passing, Sue had told the kids, should your father want to remarry, it's okay.
I also remember while she was actively dying, she heard into the supernatural. She's seen into the supernatural, and she told you about it. There had to be some sense of comfort. I don't know if comfort would be the right word, but this understanding of, yep, this is my life. This may not be what I want here,
Correct.
but I know that everything that I have invested my life in and my faith, this is true, because she's
Correct.
able to.
Yep.
I found a lot of comfort in that, hearing the testimony coming to me
Yep.
from, I think you were sharing it with me, that she was able to share what she had seen and heard, and she was hearing singing, I believe.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
seeing angels and
Yep.
people
Yes.
in the backyard.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That's really wild. Okay, so the Lord is faithful.
Absolutely.
And the Lord is a very present help in a time of trouble.
Absolutely.
Praise God.
Yep.
Anyway, so then, I know personally, we're very close friends, and yeah, you had dated a few, and a couple of these women you dated, I'm like, oh dear Jesus.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
And then Sandy showed up. How'd you guys meet?
Mutual friends.
She was sitting on a bar stool,
Yes.
and you took pity on her?
Yeah, in a horse barn.
Drowning my sorrows. Yes. No. Mutual friends. I've known this gentleman for a long time. I've known his wife since she was an infant, and they were going to her church. And I worked with this guy. And so when Sue had passed, he was saying, well, I'd like you to meet this lady from our church and get to know her, see what's going on. And I, at that point in time, I was actually settling into the fact that I will be single. That was my feeling. I'll just be single. I'll get over it. It's fine. Let's go on here. And so they kept pestering me, and so I acquiesced, and we went for a double date, and
And then
There
Sandy.
she is.
Okay, so Sandy, so you again, you came from Assembly of God Church,
Yeah.
Assembly of God background, and then you come to Maranatha. So what was that like?
Well, it was, I loved it, the difference in what I had been going to Maple Grove Assembly of God, but I was raised Lutheran. So I came here and it was like, whoa, man. And when my husband passed, I actually became more connected with God. I didn't get angry, I just became more connected. And hearing you preach and meeting the people and knowing that he was established here and stuff, I knew that this is where I needed to go. It was just a very positive thing for me to be exposed to the mindset here.
You were Luther Costal.
Yes, yes.
You're just a Pentecostal.
I was raised Lutheran, yeah.
Yeah, that is really wild.
Yeah.
So Sandy, let's just talk about you for a few moments. You actually worked here. How
I
long
did.
have you worked here?
15 years.
15 years. What did you do for those who don't know?
I was a bookkeeper and did all the bill paying and the contributions and payroll.
Working here is a drudgery, isn't it? It's just nose to the grindstone every day. It's just, oh man.
Well, you forgot your other thing that you did, that you were the little sister to his teasing and like constantly
Yeah.
joking around with you.
Older sister.
Yes. Oh yeah. He
But that
loved to
didn't-
tease you.
That didn't stop him.
No,
at
still
all.
hasn't stopped. He loves to
Yeah.
tease you.
I do.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. It's great.
I know. It was the best 15 years of my life.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yep.
Yes,
I
now say it
learned a lot.
like you believe it.
No, I learned a lot. I mean, I can honestly say that people kind of scared me. I wasn't sure about people. I'm not trusting at first, but I learned so much here, working here, about people, because you deal with them on a daily basis, so yeah, it was a very much a learning experience. And not only did I get to hear you preach on Sundays, we got it during the week too, and that was a real blessing. So
Just everyday life
yes,
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's pretty safe to say that we are on Sunday who we are.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. So,
Yeah.
and again, we had a great time with you in the office, and I think the office is just a wonderful environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
that was fun, and it's true. I would tease her relentlessly. I mean, poke all the time.
True.
She'd come with me something serious, and I'd just blow it off, and she'd like, isn't he taking that serious? And then I'd let her know that I really am.
Yes.
Anyway, just
However, I
fun
did
stuff.
let him do it in the beginning because I wasn't gonna talk back to my pastor and my boss and.
And then you realize that's
Yeah.
what he was looking for.
Then I started
Harass
giving
me.
it back, and now it's a sister-brother relationship.
That's the way it goes. Yeah. Okay, so Bob, you've been a board member as well for how many years?
I believe it's 27.
27
27.
out of the 33 years.
Yes.
Wow. And again, let's recap for 40 years. You see these people around here, a lot of you newer people coming to Maranatha, and they have history. A lot of these people dedicated, tithing, giving to building campaigns,
Yes.
sacrificing, investing in people's lives, because that's what we do as a community who love people.
Yes.
It's not just for us and what we're doing,
Yep.
but it's for future generations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People that come behind us.
Yes.
We really do.
Yeah.
So, can you think of any funny stories or funny events or things that have happened?
Put us on the
Oh,
spot.
my.
What can we share?
What can we share? I think of all the game dinners over the years in the other church. My goodness, 4 big cooker roasters out back, plus the kitchen being busy. I guess the game dinners stick out in my mind because you're cooking for a lot of people, and it just was a fun time. I just enjoyed it, still do today. I get involved as much as I can, but game dinners was one of the big ones for me. Yeah.
You know, and I think for me, it was just the blessing of being able to work here, just the camaraderie with, joking with the people, the rest of the people that worked here and stuff. And that was a big part of my life, of our life together, because we've been married 18 years now. And so 15 of those years I worked here, and just joking and being able to work here was a blessing.
18 years. Bob, you're a saint.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's some of the ribbing that Sandy gets all the time from me. Yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately. I mean, I remember so many weird little things, like, at Maranatha for a few years there, way back, there was card carrying members and there was car carrying members. Several people had cars of mine in their yard, and Bob was one of them.
Side yard, yes, out by the garden.
I had a vehicle out there, yes. And then we have vacation together.
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
so we've gotten a chance to know each other really well.
Mhm.
yes.
Good stuff.
Got my first tattoo here.
Yeah, we're holdouts though.
Yep, I
Yeah,
have
We'll,
no
yeah.
we'll let
tattoos.
these guys tap.
Yeah.
We'll be tappers.
Yeah.
When you think back, again for me, when all is said and done, you look back and you think about all the people who have committed their lives to Christ. You see all the altar calls, the
Yep.
various ministries from children's and youth, women's, men's, and all these lives that have been changed, touched. They're not all here. They come, get saved, they move, they leave for various
Yep.
reasons, they go to other church, but we have imprinted ourselves upon thousands and thousands of people.
Yep.
Yes.
That's cool. And those of you who are newer to Maranatha, as we enter into our 41st year, you get to be a part of that as well. You get to be some of the people that, looking back, will be, I was a part of that church for a long time.
Be the legacy.
Be the legacy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bob and Sandy, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy it.
Yep.
Good.